Hello, everybody. It's Monday. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new light. And it is the chance to have the best week of our lives. Sports betting aside, whether you've been down in the dumps, whether you've been smiling all weekend long, this is the start of something new for everybody out there. So go out there, have yourselves an absolute day on this beautiful Monday. But when we are talking about sports betting, there's only one way to get this week started the right way, and that is with Pick 5, Win 5. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between. Welcome back to my daily betting show, where it is my job to give you my 5 favorite plays in the sports betting world. We are coming off of not just an amazing show, but a show with the one and only Greg Peterson, G Unit. I hope you all followed him on Twitter. This dude is an absolute menace. He took time out of his tremendously busy schedule. He has his own show, the Greg Peterson Experience on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Took time out of his day with his show, numerous podcasts. He handicaps every game in baseball and during the college basketball season, handicaps every single game of that as well. Runs 12 miles every single day, sleeps like 3 hours a night, and he was able to come on the channel. So huge shout out to Greg and the Greg Peterson Experience, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. I put Greg's information in the description of last episode. Please go check him out. Thanks to Greg, and also just with some picks of our own, we were able to go 4-2 on the last episode, the one that you saw us on Saturday. So that was a successful day. We have been rebounding well. We had that terrible losing streak, but we've been starting to get more and more in the green, and hopefully that trend continues on this Monday. Like I said, it's the start of something new. I'm not going to let anything get my spirits down, but I do hope that these picks can put us over the top, and I think they will. I think I've picked some good ones, but before I jump into those picks, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, coming out with betting content every single day. Like the video if you do enjoy the return of the series. We took Sunday off because, look, everybody needs a day off now and again. I've been pretty consistent for the last few weeks, and I plan to not miss a day for a while again. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into our first pick here. We've got a nice mix here today. We've got favorites, we've got underdogs, we've got run lines, we've got totals, but we're going to start it off with the Washington Nationals plus 1.5 versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, Josiah Gray's on the bump here for the Nats. He is 7-10 with a 3.85 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP, going against Kevin Gausman, who is 9-8 with a 3.23 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP. Now, Josiah Gray has not been good recently. He's got a 3.85 for the year. Like I said, made the All-Star team, but he does have a 7.79 ERA this month. So I know you might be wondering, why am I taking him? Well, more on that in a moment, but I will just also say straight up that even through his recent downswing, he still has a 2.73 ERA on the road, this game being played in Toronto. Now, Gausman, he's been consistent. He's been consistent pretty much this entire year. He's got a 3.97 ERA this month, His home and away splits are nearly identical, so no real advantages there. The reason that I like the Nats on the run line in this one, first of all, they're just playing very good baseball. They're on a 16-7 streak straight up, so the fact we're getting them for plus 1.5 and not just fair value, but even value, plus 100, I think that's pretty incredible. The Nationals have covered in 10 of their last 12 games. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have covered in just 10 of the last 26. So if we look at it very simply and we say, okay, how long did it take you to get from 0 covers to 10 covers? Well, the Nationals needed 12 games. The Blue Jays needed 26. 12 games versus 26. So the Nationals have clearly been playing much better baseball recently, at least from a sports betting perspective. Now, the Blue Jays have the best bullpen ERA over the last month of baseball. The Nationals has been getting better, but it was near the bottom 3, bottom 5. They've moved up to 18th, so still below average. But I will say, as dominant as the Blue Jays bullpen has been, their offense has not. They are 20th in scoring over the last month. The Nationals are at 12th, and they have been scoring pretty well at home and away. The Blue Jays, they struggle on their home field, which is kind of strange. Over the last month, the Nationals have a better batting average, better on-base percentage, a higher OPS. The Blue Jays only get them in slugging percentage, and it's not by very much. Also, the fact the Nationals are on the road here, they get 9 innings of guaranteed offense. The Blue Jays do not. So for the plus 1.5 here and plus 100 value, I love this pick. So pick number 1, Nationals plus 1.5. My second pick here, and let me just say, from a straight trend perspective, this is our strongest play of the day. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but it does have the most logical backing behind it. It is the over of 9.5 runs in the Astros-Red Sox matchup. Now, Christian Javier is on the mound here. He's got a 4.52 ERA this season and a 1.26 WHIP, going against Chris Sale, who's 5-3 with a 4.68 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. Neither one of these dudes have been at their best recently. Javier's got a 5.59 ERA this month. Gave up three earned runs in 5 innings to the Sox in his last start. Chris Sale has a 5.14 ERA this month. Gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings to the Astros in his last start. So the last time these guys played, they played the other team. Thanks to Greg, who again was here on our last show. We know the Red Sox have the highest differential in batting average from their home field to the away stadium, wherever they may be playing. This game is being played in Boston, so that is a very good indicator for them, very positive indicator. The Red Sox, remember how I was telling you this one has the most backing from a trend perspective? The Sox have gone over in 11 straight games, yet the under is not hit in their last 11 outings. And for the Astros, they've gone over in 10 of their last 12. These teams played a 4-game series in Houston last week. All 4 games went over. Now, the Astros bullpen is 8th in ERA. That's the one strong sign we have here if you're an under better. But the Red Sox is 26th over the last month. So as high as the Astros have been rising, the Sox have been falling, which in theory does give not necessarily a huge difference in stars run. Or like a month ago, if they played, they were both right in the middle of bullpen ERA. One's gone up, one's gone down. They balance out with one another. I think this is a good matchup for the over here. I mean, both teams are swinging the bat really well. The Astros especially are under pressure now that the Mariners have taken a lead in the American League West. The Red Sox aren't an amazing team, but like I said, they played really well on their home field. They score a lot of runs. I think that this is a very good play. And this line was at 10 in certain spots. The fact you can get it for 9.5 certainly makes me feel good. If the odds makers are split, and we're at minus 118 value here. So again, this line is probably close to jumping up to 10 on more and more sports books. I'm going to cash in while I still can. Astros, Red Sox over 9.5. Our third pick, I'm going to take the San Diego Padres minus 1.5 versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, this is one of the largest pitching disparities you will ever find in baseball. On one side, we have Blake Snell, who's 10-9 with a 2.73 ERA and a 1.27 WHIP. He has the lowest ERA amongst all qualified pitchers. Blake Snell does. He's taking on Adam Wainwright, who's 3-9 with an 8.61 ERA and a 1.99 WHIP. Nearly, it was 2 the last time we bet against him. It was a 2.01. He got it down to a 1.99. So kudos, I guess, but he gave up 6 earned runs in that start, which obviously is not very good. Snell, the regression is finally coming for him. I was saying a couple episodes ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, actually, but I was saying that Snell is not as good as the 1 ERA or like the 2.1 he had for a lot of the season. But still, I mean, he's only got a 3.91 ERA this month. If that's regression and he's taking on Adam Wainwright, we can certainly live with that because Wainwright has a 14.73 ERA this month. A 14.73 across 4 starts. He gave up 6 earned runs in 4.2 innings in his last start. He has given up at least 3 earned runs in 15 of his 17 starts. The Cardinals are also just 3-10 against the spread in his last 13 starts. I mean, there has just been nothing going right for Wainwright here. And then guess what? The Cardinals, their offense isn't doing well either. In fact, they are doing worse than everybody in the league. They have scored the fewest runs over the last 30 days of play. So you've got the worst pitcher in the league and right now the worst offense in the league. Now, you guys know I don't like betting on the Padres. I don't even like betting against them. I don't like betting on anything involving them because they are so inconsistent. There's so much variance. They have not been good against the spread lately. They are not that good on the road. But look, it's the worst pitcher in baseball. A guy with an 8.61 ERA, 1.99 WHIP, a 14.7 ERA this month. I can't bet against that, especially not when his offense scores fewer runs than everybody in the league. And I know the Padres are on the road and they play worse on the road, but at least they're going to get 9 innings of guaranteed offense. I have to take the Padres here. And look, I will say this. The money line for the Padres here is only minus 175 value. I'm shocked it's not minus 230 to minus 250, something like that, which again makes me a little scared, makes me I feel like it's written in the stars that every single thing in the book is telling you to take the Padres here, but yet the money line isn't crazy value. Maybe the odds makers know something's coming for the Cardinals. but I can't do it. I just cannot do it in this spot. I'm taking the Padres -1.5 for my third pick. My fourth pick, I'm going to go over 8.5, our second over of the day in the Dodgers Diamondbacks matchup. Now, Bobby Miller's on the mound here versus Zach Gallen. Both guys have good numbers for the year, and they both have ERAs in the twos this month. However, Miller has a 5.17 ERA at home, this game being played in Los Angeles, and Gallen has a 4.46 ERA away. So very large disparities between these two when it comes to home away context, not contacts, context. The Diamondbacks have gone over in 7 of their last 12, so not a huge disparity, but slight lean to the over. And then the Dodgers have gone over in 5 of their last 6 games, so clearly that's much more in favor of the over. The Diamondbacks have looked much better at the plate lately. They had a bottom 5 offense coming out of the All-Star break, but they're scoring 5.2 runs per game over their last 10. They're 4th in scoring over the last 2 weeks. We also know how good the Dodgers offense is, and even though they score fewer runs in their home stadium, they hit more home runs. The batting average is basically the same. They have a higher slugging percentage. The on-base percentage is similar, so it's kind of more, in my opinion, just luck of the draw, and also probably partially because they aren't playing 9 innings of offense, like they would be on the road. But we don't need them to get the run line in this spot. We just need them to help us get to the over. I do like the Dodgers money line here too. At the time I'm recording this, you can get it for about -140 value. But if we're looking at -140 for the money line, -112 for the over, and I think both of those are just about as likely as one another, I'm going to go with the Dodgers here. And also one thing to keep your eye on, the Dodgers have the 3rd best bullpen ERA over the last month, but the Diamondbacks have fallen all the way to 25th. So if you are a Dodgers money line bettor, you'll probably be looking to score runs late in the game. But like I said, I'm sticking with the over for my 4th pick. For my 5th and final pick here, I'm going to take the Seattle Mariners -1.5 versus the Oakland Athletics. Now, please go out. I'm going to give you this pick, but before you lock it in or anything like that, go look at the reports to see what's really going on here. I'm not sure if the A's are going to use an opener and then go with a bulk inning guy, or they're going to have a starter and some relievers. But according to reports and also just regular rotations, I have a lean on 2 pitchers that are going to be in here. Again, I'm not guessing this. This is according to reports. But I do want you guys to have finalized information when you go to make these picks. Let me tell you about these 2 pitchers. So one of them is Adrian Martinez. Again, this is the guy I think is going to be used as the opener. He's 0-2 with a 5.71 ERA and a 1.44 whip. He's played in 15 games this season. The A's have not won a single time yet. They haven't won once in the 15 games he's played. Got a 5.73 ERA this month. Not looking to a whole lot from him. And then the other guy is Kyle Muller. Now, again, he could be the opener and Martinez is used in relief, or Martinez could open and then Muller could be the bulk inning guy. We'll see how it plays out. But Muller played last Wednesday. According to the schedule, today would be his time. He's 1-4 with a 7.28 ERA and a 1.89 whip. So very unimpressive numbers from him as well. The Mariners are going to be starting Brian Wu. He is 1-3 with a 4.58 ERA and a 1.22 whip. He has been amazing. Well, I shouldn't say that. He struggled at the end of last month, but in 2 games this month, he has a 2.70 ERA. So he's been starting to come good again. The real reason that I like the Mariners here is, look, they've been unstoppable lately. They've covered in 21 of the last 29 outings. Even though the A's aren't terrible against the spread and they were actually a little profitable for a couple of months there, they're only 10-25. Excuse me, they're only covered in 10 of the last 25. So that's just about 40%. If I am concerned about one thing, it's that the Mariners have been doing a lot of their damage late in games. They are playing at home here. So like I always talk about, they do not get those 9 innings of guaranteed offense. But even with that being said, and even amid the A's recent hot streak at the plate, their league average in scoring over the last 2 weeks, which is for them is just incredible. The A's are still 25th in scoring over the last month. The Mariners are 4th in scoring over the last month. It's the Mariners. They're playing unbelievable baseball right now. They've taken the lead in the American League West. I think they continue that hot streak, get a nice large win against the A's. Let's do the final rundown. Nationals +1.5 versus the Blue Jays. Astros-Red Sox over 9.5. Padres -1.5 versus the Cardinals. Dodgers Diamondbacks over 8.5. And then to close it out, Mariners -1.5 versus the Athletics. Guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for daily betting content. Like the video if you did enjoy. Comment, let me know what your favorite plays of the day are. And until next time, I will see you all very soon. Have a great day.